This ammunition is absolutely insane. Okay, so that was an assault Sherman. We just went through him like butter. I don't even know if that fully penetrated his armor, but I really don't care because it killed him. This might actually be my favorite gun and ammunition of like the entire game. Hello there, welcome to my channel. Today we will be talking about the KV-2 Zis-6. This is one of the most interesting vehicles I own, and it's just as crazy fun as crazy as it looks. Pretty much, this thing is just a late model KV-2 with the gun swapped out for a 107mm cannon. Sounds pretty cool until you hear about its ammunition. This thing has the best low to mid tier ammunition in the game. With up to 163mm of penetration, this thing will go through pretty much anything that you point the gun at, but also 440 grams of explosives. That is massive. You are literally firing an HE shell at people, but this HE doesn't blow up until it's inside of their tank. This ammunition is absolutely insane, and it just makes this tank. It really does. Good luck finding a target that you can penetrate and don't one tap. If that shell enters their crew compartment, they are done. There is no questions asked. Now when it comes to the rest of the tank, its armor, obviously it being a KV-2, got a very, very flat turret. It's got the KV-1 hull, which is alright, but is very, very easily dealt with. So overall the armor is generally lackluster, but you can make it work sometimes. Generally speaking, the armor is not something to be relied on all that much. Its mobility is also kind of lackluster with it being a massive and heavy tank. It still has enough mobility to get around the map though. It's not the most sluggish tank on the battlefield, but you're gonna be somewhat late to the battle most of the time. Alright, so that's enough sitting around in the garage talking about this thing. Let's actually see some gameplay. But first, if you wouldn't mind, please consider liking and subscribing. It helps me out an absolute ton on this journey to making this dream into a reality. Alright, let's get to that gameplay. Generally speaking, it's not something you want to get penned in. You don't even want to get shot in the first place with this thing. But that's nothing to be afraid of, because you're Russian. And you could do some pretty stupid stuff and get away with it. Not that there's actual Russian bias, but like, instead of being Russian bias, I feel like it's just Russian bullshit. Or just Gaijin bullshit. I don't know. Something they just said in chat talking about like, oh, the best battle rating in War Thunder. I personally believe anything between 4.7 and 5.7 and just around that general area is the best the game has to offer. I truly believe that. A lot of vehicles just have fun guns. There's a lot of just cool vehicles in general. And armor, like, actually has a little bit of an effect on things. Armor has a little bit of effective value, although not the most. Okay, so that was an assault Sherman. And we just went through him like butter. And we also received 2 shells and didn't die. You know, I'm gonna big ball it and go for a shot. Yep. So you see, this thing is survivable and can also dish out the damage. With it having such a good penetration, can go straight through the upper armor of a head-on assault Sherman. This gun is so wonderful. I love this tank so much. If you can play this tank without your penis being erected, I don't know, you're not human. I'm just now realizing I never finished what I was talking about when I was talking about the best battle rating. Yes. So, peak World War II era is the peak of the game, in my opinion. Because just tanks are fun. Tanks are interesting. Armor works. Ammunition, like, acts normal. Like, ammunition, like, when you think of how ammunition works, that's the way it works in World War II. It's simplistic. It's not super fangle, all these weird laser rangefinder, heat FS, darts, it's so simple. And anyone can wrap their head around pretty much anything that goes on in the mid World War II era, in the 4.7, 4.3, 4.7 to like 5.7, anybody can really wrap their head around it. It's simplistic. The tanks are like, just everything about it is just so good. The planes, CAS, makes sense. Like all of them, like make sense. Everything, just it's fun. And the players, like that's I don't know about the actual like numbers of everything, but yeah, I'm not sure about the numbers. I have a feeling that most people play at this battle rating, but I could be entirely wrong. I don't know where I would go about getting those numbers, but obviously with there being no skill-based matchmaking, you're just getting put with other players straight up. And generally speaking, like yeah, you'll come run into some newer players in this battle rating range, but generally speaking, you're gonna have a good variety of people. Like it's not just going to be all skilled players or all no skill players. Honestly, I'm not even like not even worried about shooting him in the barrel. I think he kind of deserves it for being all bushed up like that, and that's an enemy tank. What? Oh, behind me. I'm getting ready to say I don't even think his barrel was even pointed at me. This might actually be my favorite gun and ammunition of like the entire game. I don't think that there's a single other weapon that I could say that I like more. Man, I didn't even have to hit that cupola flush on. I just grazed his cupola and it killed him. I was really scared I was going to miss that. I had very jittery aim there and I did not like that. Hello? Oh, I can't get my gun up. Okay, cool. Dude, I don't get how people cannot kill me. I just like what is going on with their team? They have so many people still alive, yet they're somehow losing? I'm dumbfounded. I'm truly, truly dumbfounded. Are they there's no way they're all in planes. Now their team is starting to go back and undo everything I just spent the last 15 minutes doing. Wow. You should have never turned your tank. Damn, that explosion was massive. Wish I had line of sight. Wow, that didn't kill him. It just didn't explode. Well, that sucks. Okay, gun depression, like I said, is going to be a problem. Hmm. I wasn't paying enough attention to even see that guy. I don't even know if that fully penetrated his armor, but I really don't care because it killed him. I think that overpressured him. I'm not even gonna lie. I truly. Oh. Yeah, I truly think that just straight up overpressured him. That was actually a close shot. Push. This thing is just ridiculous. I wish the smoke was a little better. Thank you for bouncing, good sir. I really like don't have a good memory as to like what the smoke was before they made those changes a couple updates ago. I really don't remember what the smoke was like. I barely even aimed it. I thought I put it in the ground. He has like no engine sound. It's all track sound. Bro's got an electric tank. Oh, there's the electric tank. Thanks to the smoke for highlighting him for me. I don't even know where that shell even came from. Behind, I guess? Yeah. Something that a lot of people, and I feel like the large majority of people, and I'm being completely honest, I think it's because they have massive egos, but competitiveness, like everybody that plays games, or at least the large majority of people that play games, are super competitive. And they always sacrifice fun for winning, for competitiveness, for ego. And that's why I just can't stand most just gamers as a whole. It's just they take things way too seriously. Like games were originally designed for fun, man. Like I don't know, what do you get out of winning a game? It truly, what do you actually get out of winning a game? A bit of an ego boost? To me, an ego boost is not really worth not having fun. I feel like fun is more worth it than an ego boost. I will never sacrifice fun for winning. I play games purely for fun. That is truly why I play games. That's why I've always played games. So that's the KV-2 Zis-6, the mosquito KV-2 as some people call it. This thing is just an absolute meme machine, but it's just so much fun. It's an actually fun meme machine that you're really not throwing by playing. I feel like most of the time you're kind of throwing by playing a KV-2 like regular with the 152. I mean, yeah, you can make it work, don't get me wrong, but just the large majority of people just kind of, I guess, are throwing. But this thing is actually like a competitive meme machine. It's funny. It actually like can perform very, very well. It can even eat shots, unlike what I said earlier in the video and like what it says on paper. It doesn't make sense how it can eat shots, but it just does. By the way, wow, I can't believe I forgot to even say where it came from. All right, I guess I'll say it now. So this thing will randomly be sold as a like in the tech tree or whatever, kind of like they just recently did with one of the Chinese tanks. Like they'll just randomly sell it for whatever reason. If it ever goes on sale, I forgot how expensive it was. It was really, really cheap from what I can remember. I think it was like 10-15 bucks, maybe. I could be wrong, but whatever. It's sold for golden eagles. This thing, if you've got the golden eagles laying around, or if you got some extra money laying around, and this thing goes on sale, definitely get your hands on it. I cannot recommend it anymore. This thing is just, it's worth every cent that you'll spend on it. At least it's worth every cent to me that I spent on it. Will it be to you? I don't know. To each their own, but it comes as a personal recommendation of mine. This is one of the few tanks that I just absolutely say, yes, purchase this vehicle. There are not many vehicles I like to say that about. That's the video. So, yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please consider liking and subscribing, and, yeah, have a chill day.